You may have seen something strange in the night sky.
This is super weird. We've had several reports of something falling to the ground around 1 or 2 this morning.
Oh, what is that?
What if the sky wasn't as empty as it seems?
Oh my God! What is that?
From mysterious objects crashing to Earth to unbelievable sights hovering above. The heavens have dropped some truly terrifying surprises.
Oh my God.
These shocking moments caught on camera are the scariest things that fell from the sky and shocked everyone.
If you heard a weather forecast that called for storms with a light drizzling of fish, it sounds like a biblical plague, but it happened this week in Texas, where multiple residents reported witnessing the aquatic animals fall from the sky.
In December 2021, Texas residents got the shock of their lives when fish started raining from the sky during a storm. These weren't just any fish. They were shad, scattered across cars, homes, and streets. This wasn't the first time something like this happened. Back in 2010, Australia saw a similar event. Experts think strong updrafts and waterspouts lifted the fish into the air before dropping them back down. It's one of those rare, bizarre weather phenomena that makes you wonder what else nature has up its sleeve.
So it didn't just hail over here at Walker's One Stop Auto. We've got fish everywhere.
Burning streaks.
We are waiting for an answer as to what lit up the SoCal night sky.
It was the 2nd of April in 2024 when people across Southern California looked up to see streaks of light blazing across the sky. The lights descended rapidly, their tips burning brightly as if they just entered Earth's atmosphere. Everyone started guessing. Meteor shower, comet, space debris. It turned out to be the orbital module from China's Shenzhou 15 spacecraft re-entering the atmosphere. Still, it was a stunning sight that had everyone talking.
What am I seeing?
Falling from space.
You may have seen something strange in the night sky.
This is super weird. We've had several reports of something falling to the ground around 1 or 2 this morning.
The sky lit up with an eerie, slow-moving glow, and it was real. And everyone watching knew they were seeing something extraordinary. In July 2019, locals spotted a bright, slow-moving fireball descending from the sky. For a second, it almost looked controlled. While some joked about it being a spacecraft or ISS debris, experts later confirmed it was space junk, specifically an old Chinese satellite from 2015. As it re-entered Earth's atmosphere, it burned up, creating that dramatic glow.
We are kind of assuming that it's just space debris. That's what a lot of people in the chat are saying.
Vegas liquid mystery.
People living in the area say they have no idea where the drops are coming from.
People in Las Vegas woke up one day to find their cars and buildings covered in this weird, greasy liquid. At first, everyone freaked out, thinking it was acid rain or something toxic. But nope. Turns out it was bee poop. Yeah, you heard that right. Bee excrement. Totally harmless. But still, who expects that to rain down from the sky? Just another day in Vegas, I guess.
The eastern part of the valley are completely perplexed over these brown, black, almost oily-looking droplets that are falling from the sky.
Fish rain. Somewhere in India, thousands of fish were found lying on the street. They were everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Residents had to be careful crossing the street to avoid stepping on them. And what caused it? Nope, not a tornado, but a truck flipped over and spilled all those fishes. But don't worry, the fish were eventually all put back into the truck. Balin or what?
Oh, what is that?
A guy was hanging out in his front garden, minding his own business, when something caught his eye in the sky. At first, he thought it was just an LED balloon, one of those shiny, colorful ones people release at parties. But as it got closer, he realized this was no balloon. The object had a disc-like shape and kept shifting colors, glowing in ways that didn't make sense. I mean, how often do you see something like that from your own backyard?
Is that a one-wheel?
Falling starlings.
There's approximately 225 dead starling on the road itself.
On December 12th, 2019, a woman in North Wales noticed hundreds of birds on the road near hedgerows in Anglesey. At first, she thought they were feeding, but as she got closer, she realized they weren't moving. They were dead. Concerned, she called the authorities, who collected some of the starlings for testing. They wanted to figure out if poison or something else caused the mass death. It was a strange and sad sight, leaving everyone wondering what could have gone wrong.
Which is very strange. So we got officers now from the Animal and Plant Health Agency here.
Ascending light. This guy spotted something nobody sees any time of the day or ever for that matter. A strange light shooting upward into the clouds. When he zoomed in with his camera, he noticed it looked like a keris, a traditional wavy dagger held by what seemed like a ghostly hand. The light left a glowing blue trail as it rose, almost like it was being guided. Some think it's a rare, natural phenomenon, while others believe it could be something more mysterious. Either way, it's not your average lightning strike. Clouds of spiders. Dozens, if not millions, of spiders took over Brazilian skies a few years back. It was a nightmare for people with arachnophobia, as these spiders were literally falling from the sky. Well, technically, they weren't actually falling, but made a giant web to catch prey. But it doesn't look all that welcoming. What has amazed people is the fact that these spiders were able to create cobwebs above the tree line, almost looking like they are floating in thin air. I can't imagine walking underneath these cobwebs of doom. Arizona glow. A strange green light streaked across the night sky, so vivid and unusual that it felt like the universe was about to end. In December 2019, a video from Arizona went viral after a woman in Tucson captured a glowing green object in the sky. It looked like a fireball straight out of Ghostbusters. As a scientist, she knew it was likely a meteorite, but its unusual appearance made her wonder if it was space debris falling in an odd way. Either way, it was a sight that left everyone talking. Flying sofa. On May 17, 2023, people in Turkey looked out their windows and saw something straight out of a cartoon. A sofa flying through the air. Yep, a full-on couch, just cruising past buildings like it had a mind of its own. Turns out, winds were almost hitting 28 miles per hour that day, strong enough to lift something that heavy. It's one of those moments where you realize nature doesn't care about the rules. Sure, there's an explanation, but it's still wild to think about how powerful a gust of wind can be. Beam of light. A beachgoer witnessed a strange sight one evening. He saw a beam of light coming down from the sky, and as he looked closer, he noticed a craft emitting that light. It seemed to blend with the surroundings, almost invisible against the sky. After a few moments, the light stopped, and the craft began to ascend, disappearing into the sky. Angel falling or worse. What would you have done if this happened? An Australian man recorded this visual in the middle of his relaxing trip to the beach that was anything but relaxing. The visuals coupled with the sound were enough to scare the bejesus out of the man. It even took me a couple of seconds to register it. The meteorite also caused a rupture in the sky. Curse of Pharaoh. It looks like the curse of the pharaoh is back because Russia was covered in locusts. And that wasn't the only incident. It even happened in Las Vegas, and that too just recently. Millions of these creepy crawlers invaded the streets of America, and for both incidents, the question remains unanswered. However, one thing is for sure. This is as biblical as it gets. End of times.
Up to 100 birds have been found dead in a Swedish street, just days after thousands of birds inexplicably dropped out of the sky.
Thousands, and I mean thousands of sparrows plummeted from the sky in Indonesia back in 2022. Residents had to clear the area themselves due to the large number of these birds. Many said it could be due to air pollution, and some even started speaking about the end of days. No one knows for sure, but what do you think?
Oh no!
Car infestation.
And I'm gonna move down.
Decades ago, a family visiting the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa got the shock of their lives. They parked their car for a walk during their holiday, but when they returned, the vehicle was swarmed by giant wood lice, also known as sea slaters. The car had turned into a hotspot for these creepy crawlies. They'd seen a few of them around the beach earlier, but nothing could have prepared them for this bizarre scene. It's one of those moments where nature reminds you who's really in charge.
I can't believe they do it.
What?
Unexpected fall.
Let's protect our nature by avoiding cutting trees.
A journalist in South Africa learned the hard way that reporting in the forest comes with unexpected dangers. While doing his job, a snake suddenly leaped at him out of nowhere. The weird part? He wasn't even under a tree. It was like the snake fell from the sky. Panicked, he bolted from the scene, left wondering how the snake had appeared so suddenly. It's the kind of encounter that sticks with you, no matter how much time passes.
Our forest is a gift.
Wormy rain. China saw the weirdest of weird when the city of Liaoning saw a worm rain. Really, they all fell from above. There were worms all over the place. Streets, cars, you name it, were covered by these creepy crawlers. Residents had to take shelter and watch their step because it was Wormageddon out there. It is said that the strong winds were the likely cause, and the insects were caught in a whirlpool during a storm. Cigar over Henan. On June 30th, 2024, a resident in Gongyi County, Henan Province, looked up to see a massive, cigar-shaped object was climbing into the sky, trailing thick, dark smoke behind it. For a moment, it was unclear what was happening, and before anyone could process it, the object suddenly changed course, plummeting back to Earth and crashing into the nearby mountains. Experts revealed it was the Tianlong 3 rocket, which had suffered a catastrophic structural failure during launch. Giant hailstones. On April 18th, 2024, a farmer in Beijing, China, was left speechless when massive chunks of ice started crashing down from the sky. The impact was so strong it left dents in the soil. At first, it seemed impossible, but upon closer look, it was clear. These were giant hailstones. Formed by powerful updrafts in thunderstorms, these icy monsters grow to enormous sizes before finally plummeting to the ground. It's a rare and jaw-dropping reminder of how intense weather can get. Eden Project. A security camera captured a strange object appearing in the sky above a facility in the middle of the day. It was semi-transparent, but still visible in the footage. Strangely, the video got glitchy for a brief moment, like something was interfering with the camera. And then, the CCTV footage ends after it enters one of the white balls. It's raining fish. Hallelujah! It's raining fish, and this cannot be for real. Fish rain was caught on camera in a South Asian country, and you can even see the person picking up one of the fish. It all looks rather unbelievable, and thankfully it kinda is. Although this footage is fake, it was inspired by a real incident that happened in 2017. A truck carrying millions of fish ended up spilling them all over the area, and the entire street was filled by these aquatic animals. Virginia backyard surprise. In July 2015, a family in Virginia Beach got the shock of their lives when they found an unexpected visitor in their backyard. It was a shark.